And it is 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 10th, and we are live here at Grumpy Acres Farm. How is everybody doing? Let's say hi to everybody in chat. We got Eagle Lover Texas. We got Jonathan working in the kitchen.
Of course, he did my dishes coming back from camp.
We
I'm
got
so grateful.
Hippocrates. We got Terminators in the house, and then I think I saw Miss Skeens, DJ Skeens is in the house outside.
Karen got that video taken care of. I laughed.
I hope everybody that was at the camp out made it home nice and safe.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed seeing everybody.
Stop.
It was fun. It was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess you had a week, didn't you? And some of the other people did.
I had a week. It was still fun. I was sore though afterwards. So
hang on. Get down. Get down. We got two dogs.
They're okay.
The doggos want to be part of the thing. Are they okay?
Yeah, they're fine.
All right. Oh, and ACM Homestead's here too. How you guys doing? It was great.
Have you guys used the sun oven yet? Juicy and his wife, they used the sun oven for the first time on Sunday. Sunday. Yeah.
The Rickster's in the house.
Hey, Rickster.
Yeah. But we had a really good weekend. It was nice seeing everybody. The presenters were all good.
Yeah.
Although we were talking.
Got to see some old friends. Nicole was there.
Yeah.
Her and I had a good conversation. Fixed her some supper, and then she had leftovers for lunch. And then Tim was there.
They used it the last time.
Chuck was there. Yeah. Oh, good. Is it? I hope it's working for you. Yeah, that thing's a rock star. I'm telling you. And we have something to say about that. So
you want to tell it now?
Oh yeah, and then we can repeat it later. Yeah. So that package that you guys got, it's a good thing you got it when you did. I went to go order some more sun ovens today to have them shipped over to SOE. So I had them for this weekend when we got to Tennessee. And surprise, they are eliminating the accessories. So those no longer automatically come with your sun oven, except for the cookbook. Right now the cookbook's available. So so you guys got lucky. You got the water purification and the dehydrating racks. So I'm glad you guys got that package.
And you were talking, tell them why they're not keeping them.
Oh, they're having a hard time. So actually the sun ovens I ordered, they're not going to have the cookbooks with them. So I made a deal with them. We'll be taking, whoever buys them, we'll be taking their address down. And then those books are going to have to be shipped at a later date. They're having a real problem with the people that are making them, trying to keep them in stock. So it's just becoming a hassle. People are getting mad because they're not getting their stuff. So the best way to do it is just kind of eliminate it, right?
Yeah. And you said that the October sale, they're getting rid of the accessories at that through the October sale.
Yep.
So,
and then I'm sure maybe they'll be available. I know the pots and pans are supposed to be in after the first of the year, but it's probably going to just be something you have to order as they come in, is what I'm imagining, because that's how it is now. So if it says it's out of stock, it's out of stock.
Well, and you said the girl you talked to seemed like that conversation she had with you was not the first one.
Not the first one. No, a lot of us vendors are pretty upset, but we'll get over it, and it's fine. It's a good product. And so that just means I got to get whimsical with it and show you guys what pots and pans to put in there. It's all good.
Dusty Country Road. Okay, I got to laugh. Dusty Country Road. There is a road out here in our area called Dusty Muddy Road. Yeah. Because it's either dusty or it's muddy. So every time I see your name, I think of that. Yeah. And then Pat's in the house.
Hey, Pat. I don't know if Deb's in here or not. She just text messaged me. They may be getting livestock and stuff put away.
Who?
Deb. And so she came out, her and her husband. They're the ones that are in Missouri around our old stomping grounds.
Oh, yeah.
And she brought me some wonderful seeds. So in all of everything that was going on, I lost my Tommy toes that I got from David the Good. And they're here somewhere. I just don't know where they are. And so guess what she brought me? She
She
actually
eat tomatoes.
Tommy Toes.
Tommy toes.
Tommy Toes. So
Those are like little tomatoes.
they're the little cherry tomatoes. They're really good. I ate some. I was like, I really don't want to waste the seed. And she's like, no, you have to try it. So I tried one of these. And then basically they need full sunlight, but you put them where the animals can't get to them. You never have to replant them. They constantly come back.
Nice.
So super excited about that.
So skeins, I was cleaning all the canopies off yesterday, and the water was coming off brown.
Yeah,
folks, it was if you weren't there, it was so stinking dusty.
Well, because it was windy and all of that.
Everything was covered in dust.
Yeah, she's just used to the red clay. Yeah. So, but we'll get some of that red clay next weekend. Follow me down that dusty road for miles on Sunday. I was just taking the scenic route. You followed me, Jonathan. What are you talking about? I didn't even know that you were behind me.
But it was nice. It rained.
Yeah, I couldn't see ya. That's how dusty it gets. You can't tell who's behind you.
It rained Tuesday night.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tuesday night.
And in case you didn't hear the Cougar
Tuesday
Town,
or Wednesday.
It was Tuesday.
I dropped everything. When did I go out to camp?
You went out Wednesday.
So Wednesday night it rained.
All I know is that Jules's Cougar Town tent did not leak.
It was waterproof.
Yeah,
yep.
We got it waterproof. So, and I think we need to get some of that Starbright and hit the canopies and stuff.
Thanks, Rescue. It's a long story. So, I'll get hats from here and there. This one was out at Camp Out.
And you can't see it, but it says Guns and Pawn. That's one of the
it's Integrity, one of the guys. And so I got that hat because my beloved hat may have to retire or just become a full outside work hat.
Your one with the cross on it? It's a little dirty.
It washed well, except for the fact that now the bill is starting to, how it's frayed. Well, it's starting to peel back. So now you can see the gray. It doesn't look right.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to have to take a trip to Missouri because there's only one country store shop that I know that I can get those type of hats. And that was always my favorite. So not sure what I'm going to do. I like a lower hat. This is a little high for me. I like more of a tight fit on my head. My hair's so thick. It's hard to get that done. But anyway.
So we were talking about the dynamics of this camp out, and it was really kind of strange because number 185 people, I think.
180, I think, is what they counted.
Yeah,
including kids.
So and there were a lot of kids. There were more kids there this year than I think ever before.
This was a much different feel, much different. Before it used to be, everybody and everybody. Let's say, yeah, I don't. I'm just a one and only girl. So been that way for 33 years. So, but
there were a lot of kids.
I get a favorite, I keep it.
I made the comment when we came home Sunday that it was weird. At these festivals, we have a lot of people come up to us and first time homesteaders and talking to us. And I said that to her, and she said no, they were there. And I was like, when? And I guess you said that a lot of them came up Tuesday or Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday, and they were coming in. We, like I said, we had a special couple that actually just drove out. I ended up having to call tag. I'm like, hey, Garen's not here. You guys aren't here, and they drove out here. Like it's an hour and a half, almost 2 hours for them to get there, and then an hour and a half for them to get back. What does it say?
Get some glue and
shoot. You know what though? I've tried that with the truck. On the top of the truck inside, it's starting to peel back. I've tried, I don't know how many different glues.
Where they say repair, reuse, recycle.
I mean, I'm not going to throw it out. It's my favorite hat. I just don't. I'm not going to go out in public with it.
We'll figure something out. But then, I told some other people that it was really weird Saturday night because there were a ton of kids at Bartertown.
Yeah.
And we had a table.
It was cool to see. It was really cool to see.
We had a table with all a bunch of stuff from Jerry, the guy who passed away.
And yay, it's all out of my house. Now he can fix the floor. Oh.
There's still some back there. I gotta get rid of it. You can only fit so much in the Jeep.
Should have said something. I'd have drove back and got it.
But the kids were coming and they were getting the stuff because we were giving it away for free. And they were out bartering stuff. And some of them,
rebartered even.
Yeah, they were doing some really good bartering. And then
Jerry would have loved that.
Yep, he would have grooved on
Yeah.
it. And then by 10 o'clock, there were more kids around the campfire than there were adults, which is
never happened.
I've never seen that before.
But the kids are also, a lot of them, the ones that have been there over and over, also becoming teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's important.
What did she say after they fray what?
After they fray, they start peeling back away from the brim.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
You know, and we talked about it last year, and
what did she say? Her daughter what? You go too fast.
I didn't even put that one up there.
Yeah, you did. You hit it. All the little guys trading for her scrunchies. Yeah, they were so cute. Yeah. And I just love Misty. I gotta tell you, Skane's daughter, man, I wasn't sure. I thought she was younger. Like I said, Skane's, it was baby having a baby, but man, Misty, she's a cool cat. She's really neat. And it was a lot of fun. We had Doc out there. So Daniel from Holton Private Practice, and he's there, a lot of natural medicine, that kind of thing. And you don't have to have insurance to see them.
They do direct care.
Yeah, direct care. Yeah. So, anybody who doesn't know what that is, you pay a subscription every month. It's usually $50 to $75 per member of your family, and you get all the medical. And he was actually out there, him and his wife, they were sleeping next to her tent. My allergies were kicking my butt. Misty's allergies were kicking her butt. And finally, I think it was Friday night, Daniel finally had enough. And he said, "Who's doing all that coughing in there?" And we were like, well, we blamed it on Misty. And he treated her. He handed me a pill, and he said, "Here, just take this." Because he asked me, he's like, "What's going on?" I said, "We're traveling state to state. We're back and forth, and I just can't get my allergies under control. I feel so stupid." He's like, "Here, take this pill." And so, I was like, "I don't know. What are you giving me? What is it?" And he goes, "Just take it." And so I took it. As soon as I tasted it, I knew exactly what it was. It was NAC. And I was like, I cannot believe that I used to do NAC with a regimen to not get COVID. But as soon as I got herd immunity, I just didn't think I needed to spend that money anymore. So today I went and picked up some NAC. And so I'll be back on that. If I just take that going to every festival, I wouldn't have to worry. So back on the regimen.
They make a vitamin K and selenium pill too that you need. Or no, selenium and vitamin D.
Yeah, let's take one step at a time. I'm not a pill popper. So I just don't like
pills.
it.
Those are supplements.
But you still have to get them down. So I'm like a huge child. I'm that child that you're trying to force to eat green beans. Is like,
okay. Here's an interesting story about NAC. NAC was a controlled substance. You had to get a subscription for it, or a prescription for it, back up until the early 70s. And then they took it off the prescription drug list and made it over the counter. Well, the last 2 or 3 years during the COOF thing, they figured out that NAC was a really great way to keep people from getting the COOF.
NAC builds your immune system. You can get it in the vitamin aisle. I recommend getting it online through Pure, P-U, and the U is underline R-E. It's the purest form of NAC that you can get, and you'll absorb more of it. But, if that money is a little tight or whatever, then just over the counter is fine. I think Nature's Bounty makes it. You just won't absorb as much of it.
Once they figured out that NAC would help people not get COVID, they started talking about putting it back on the prescription list, which has never been done before. So
because it works, that's why they want to control it. But that's okay. I got somebody who can get it for me. Yeah,
I had when I had my first heart attack, I went to see a wellness doctor, and he put me on
a complete regimen.
Complete regimen of, it was NAC, selenium,
vitamin D,
vitamin K1, B12, zinc, D3, C, and fish oil.
Yeah. And
it was all for my heart and to keep people from getting COVID.
Which is really funny because we had so many people that are like, vitamin K, you can't take vitamin K, blah, blah, blah. He's seen a wellness doctor. So, this is what it's about. You're fighting the medical system. The medical system now is not what it used to be. Misty picked up some Benadryl on the way home. I bet she slept all the way. Fans of Silver Linings respiratory tincture. Yeah. I was surprised how quickly I was able to tell the difference. Yeah, her. So I didn't have any of the tea, but Eagle Liver Texas had. I can't even remember what it's called. Eagle Liver. If you know, you'd only get it if you have a certificate and that kind of thing. But it was natural medicine. It actually did help my back. It just, and I don't know. I took it. So the one that I took, I think she gave me a second one. It helped. I'm probably sure I would have dropped Sunday morning had I not had those on Saturday. And it was nice. Once I got home, I got into the bath, did the Epsom salt soak, and was sweating quite good. So I knew that was good. Got out, rubbed my back in comfrey, and I'm feeling a lot better. I felt a lot better right away. In fact, I was like, okay, I need to go to Sam's Club because I have to catch up on everything. And then by the time I was done, trying to get everything together, it was 5:30 and they close at 6. So
well,
that didn't
and
work.
Jonathan came over after we did our social thing on Sunday.
He was a huge help.
And a great help. He helped me get the trailer unloaded, and then he came in and decided he wanted to do dishes. So his nickname Maytag is very fitting. And
I was like, really? These are all camp dishes. They're really gross. And he's like, I might as well. I'm here. And I was like, okay, how about it? If you're going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and go to Sam's Club. And so, it's nice.
Somebody,
do what? Grumpy Acres Farm just noticed Yoda's
Almanac.
Oh, yeah.
So if you, for those that don't know, Almanac is a Scottish drum fusion band.
They're so good. They even play the didgeridoo, and that, oh man, they are amazing. And his daughters can sing like there's nobody's business. They are amazing.
Well, and we got into them because we were going up to Estes Park. She's got relatives that live up there, and we'd go up for the
just for Almanac. We would go to the the Kaylee. We would actually go to the Kaylee because we could get one-on-one. Yeah. We love going to the Kaylee. And they do that Friday night before the parade.
But they play in a great big tent with maybe 50, 60 people in it.
There's more than that. They gather more. They're standing room only.
And they would just rock that place. It was awesome.
I'm looking what?
Looks like you losing weight, I think is what he meant to.
Oh, I don't know. It's because I cook for everybody else and I forget to eat. It happens after every camp out. I stepped on the scale and I went, "Whoa, that's nice." So,
well, and the cooking, tell them about cooking for everybody. What your thoughts on that? And while she's doing that, if you went to the camp out, post a quick message what the favorite thing about the camp out was for you. I know cooking was not her favorite thing.
Oh, I love cooking. But that's not true. It was the limited space I had in the kitchen that I made, and I should have thought that out a little bit different. But
and we're learning.
Yeah, because it was a lot of that's part of what was wrong with my back, and like even Kathy's like, you need to stand up straight, you need to get a back brace and make sure that you're going to be one of those little ladies coming in, And I was like, oh man, I know she's right. So, hey, you.
Oh, look who's in the house.
Why don't you zap her? Make her stop barking.
Oh, wrong one. Look who's in the house.
Hey, miss you guys.
Our friends from down under. Yep. How you guys doing?
What's going on in the bush? So yeah, so then so the cooking portion wasn't bad. It's completely off-grid cooking. I've got some amenities, if you want to call it that, the propane stove and that kind of thing. I lost count on how many meals I actually cooked Friday and Saturday. At 325, I lost count. And I got back home, started doing some inventory, seeing what we went through and what we got left. I've got to scramble. We're trying to figure out if I'm going to try to get everything here. And we're going to try to figure out what we can fit into the trailer and truck to get to Tennessee so that I can cook for them, or if I'm just going to have to make a run to a warehouse out there. Because maybe Nicole can put me in touch with some farmers out there. Because yeah, I bet she can. I'll talk to her.
Thank you guys.
Because what's the matter?
She said
good.
I'm tired.
And so we'll see what we can do to make sure we have enough food, because it's expected that I'll be cooking and serving 750 meals. And guys, that's only breakfast and lunch.
Yep.
So on Saturday and Sunday. So
we're not cooking dinner for everybody Saturday.
No,
night.
Saturday night we are in the speaker's tent. You and I are speaking. We're going to be doing the food preservation, and then right after that, I have to run over to main stage, and then I'm speaking with Nicole. We're doing women of homesteading ladies. Yeah, what's it like to homestead as a woman? What's the important thing? That kind of thing. So so we'll be doing that, and then we'll have 2 weeks. Well,
we won't get 2 weeks because we're putting trusses on a house.
That's true.
We've got a work day on the 21st.
Then the following weekend, we go put trusses on a community member's house. So we've got a homestead rotation work day. And then the following weekend after that, we're in Kentucky. And we will be speaking in Kentucky. I think
we don't have to cook, though.
We don't have to cook. So that'll be nice. Just the vendor tent. And so it'll be interesting.
I take it you made it home home safely, too?
Hey, Chuck, did you, I don't know if you talked to Tim. I know he got to see his wife yesterday. So was that Sunday?
It was Sunday.
Yeah, he got to see his wife Sunday. So I was hoping all that went well. I wasn't sure how much time they had together. So, yeah, and that's what happens, and so especially, so Tim is from Canada. And so he comes down and he'll just move the whole circuit where he's speaking and just do one long road trip. And so he's doing that. And his wife, I think she flew into the U.S. from Canada. She might have drove.
Met her in Nashville.
Did you meet her in Nashville? So, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, so that's always exciting.
Okay, Chuck, we had everybody post what their favorite thing about the Midwest Preparedness was. What was your favorite thing about the weekend? What was the best thing for you? We had playing with the kids and seeing people.
You know what my favorite thing was? Stop that. My favorite thing about this particular camp out, I heard a lot of different things. There were a lot of people there. Usually a lot of people come and they're like, I wish I could get to where you are. I wish I wasn't in so much debt. I wish. And you know what I heard this weekend? We got out of debt. We've done this. We're finally on our property. We're getting there. It was a much different vibe. It was really, really cool.
Yep.
Are you going to Kentucky? That's right, you are. Are you going to camp? You probably don't want to camp next to. Oh, we're not camping. We're getting a B&B.
We're getting a B&B.
Hey, they start meshing. Did you hear back from Billy?
I didn't.
I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Skanes, if you don't mind, it may just be you and us. I haven't heard from Billy. I haven't heard back from him. So, but don't be surprised if he says, oh, I thought you were going to take care of that. Where are we going? So if you don't care, I'll go ahead and get that all set up.
I'll get a hold of him.
And
all the people in all the community.
Yeah.
And I think Homestead Oz posted something. I think I missed it. I saw it. It was kind of
could get lost.
What are you doing over there? So we're on the I assume that was aimed at us, but we are on the
she's probably talking about the Tennessee,
the show circuit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we've got there's all kinds of stuff. So you missed it. Prepper Camp was up. We didn't go to that one because we were at Back to the Land. And that one was Homesteading Festival. Hey, don't chew on that. Hey. Don't do that. You need to pay attention to her.
Yeah, I can't see her.
And so we were doing that. But what we did is we sent a bunch of freeze-dried food over with Sun Oven. We didn't send it. He actually ordered it, which was really cool. And so he purchased a large amount and then took that over and served our food out of the Sun Oven that weekend. And then we had, after that was Midwest Preparedness Festival. So a lot of people get together. It's basically trying to get people to build their community, talk to each other, learn how to be less vulnerable and less dependent on the system. We're trying to fight the medical system. We're trying to fight the mandates, the financial system. We're trying to starve the beast. We're trying to make sure, if we build a community, we can do all of this within our own community. And we don't need the government to tell us what to do and what not to do. So that's what we're doing. And what are you looking for, babe?
Those stickers.
Oh yeah, right there they were on the magazines. They're on the island there. There you go. Should be somewhere around there. or under the computer. Oh, you found him. So, starving the beast, doing all that. So that means barter, making sure that instead of having all the money in the bank, you have assets, something to barter with. And so starve him, that's starving the beast. And the beast is the credit system, social scores, that kind of thing.
That one says, I'll not participate in your new normal.
Right. And so then, in fact, Tag from Life Done Free is trying to get us, he said he is going to. He's hooking us up with a vendor space at there's
some big festival down in Texas.
Yeah, down in Texas in May. And there's a lot of big speakers there. Event is 10,000 people. That's $700 a ticket. So we will be down there.
Hang on a second. Lucy, did you put this on the pre-steading so that other people in Canada can see it and maybe be able to go to it?
Yeah, get it on the calendar.
Get it on the calendar.
Yep.
Yeah, so, you know where we got that sticker from.
Homestead us too. If you guys will go to freesteading.com, we're open in other countries as well. So freesteading.com, they've got a calendar of events that are in there. And then there's state pages. In your case, it would be country page and that kind of thing. And you can find other homesteaders, like-minded people in your area. And you guys can start building that, which you guys I know are already doing, but you could maybe expand even the community that you guys have going on.
Reach out and meet new people. We had a lady that came. She was there Saturday, Julie, and she came over and introduced herself. Chuck sent her over to see me.
Doesn't live too far from us,
and she lives about 20 minutes away from us, and she didn't even know our community existed. Right. And so I don't know if she's going to be able to make it to the festival.
She is.
They only got 100 seats.
I took care of all that this afternoon.
All right.
So she's in, and we're all good.
Okay. Did you email her?
So I did email her, and then I took her information, and then I had B go ahead and message her. Like I was totally working Grumpy Acres today.
Okay.
Took care of it.
The farmer.
My boss. This is what it's like having a boss.
Maybe try to contact Farmer Jesse of Rough Draft Farm in Kentucky.
Okay.
He does the No-Till Growers podcast on YouTube. May know who might be close to your route. Okay. Right there.
For what?
For getting farmers to get
that's up in Kentucky, though. Food. I'm not cooking in Kentucky.
He just said he might know who's in the area.
Oh, who's down in Tennessee? Okay. Yeah, but if I can get some stuff and kind of support the hauler, I want to try to do that too.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to both. So did he put his information in there?
He just said,
like I'm supposed to.
Farmer Jesse.
Is he on YouTube or something? Yep. Okay. All right.
But so Terminator says she's going to do good. Get some video. I did not take any video this weekend except for those two shorts.
And what else? Rap. There's a rap song coming
We have a world premiere tonight. We're world premiering a music video for everybody. And you want to show it now?
Sure. Homestead Oss is in here. She probably can't stay in very much longer. So let's try.
So preface this.
Hopefully Wayne's in the house. If not, you can replay it to him.
Preface this. There may have been some alcohol involved in the concept.
Not with me.
Of this rap video.
Not with me. Do you want me to break down what happened? So
just nice and quick. Just
somebody was feeling really good, and somebody else, Mr. Tag, likes to challenge people at that time. And she was feeling pretty good. She's like, "Yeah, I can do this." And let me mention, her son-in-law was a rapist, and so I guess is that rap? He raps. And so, he was a rapper. That's what he wanted to do as a career. And so, she Skeins was all over it, and every time she talked to us, she's doing this number. And so her daughter and I were just laughing at her.
Rap video.
I said, well, what do you want? I said, and I was teasing her. And so, not like Tag wasn't teasing her. And so I started teasing her. I'm like, oh yeah, Skeins. And she goes, okay, you're going to be my beatbox. And then here we go. And I'm like, I don't even know how I got pulled into it.
So here we go. We had a social gathering on Sunday, and it just happened to be somebody's birthday too.
It was my birthday.
So they warmed up by singing happy birthday. Then we all went over to
because somebody put put me on the spot.
A bunch of us went over to Tag and Bees for some more socializing, and
this is what happened.
This is what happened. This is the world premiere. Hope you guys are ready for this.
One.
Games girl and Yoda on beats. Hey, what's up, Doc? Big Gunny working around the clock because time is short. Timer's going tick-tock. Tired of running through the brush, sliding through the grass, diving in my hole because Elmer Fudd's on my ass. Knew I should have took that left in Albuquerque. Now I'm in the mess rest doing a lifetime break. I'm stocking up on carrots, and I got a new plan. Even seed saving, even learned how to can. Building our community because I'm in it to win. Forming my mag, even let Daffy in. You better be productive. You better pull his weight, or what I'll have to do is shoot him in the face. So come next spring, use your Looney Tune logic, get your booty to the Midwest Preparedness Project.
I hope you guys like that. It was fun. It was fun making that.
Oh man,
that was about as wide as white can be. My guy.
But she came up with that overnight. Well, at first she's like, I don't know. I had to ask a few people, kind of go over these lyrics and kind of see. I said, if you do that, I said, Tag's going to be mad and he's going to ride you hard. And she's like, what? And I said, yeah. I said, I know him. I've known him for years and years and years. And I said, he's going to ride your butt. I said, you got to do this by yourself.
Everybody seemed to like it.
Yeah. So now we got to figure out if we can come up with some kind of Looney Tunes homesteading free man t-shirt or something like that. I don't know how you can do that without a license, but
no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can, but you just don't ask permission.
Right.
Do it till they say cease and desist.
Right.
Yeah. But it was fun. We all went over to one of the local restaurants and God, there were 30 people there?
No, there's more than that. It was at one point it was standing room only, and then they had,
and it was only our group.
Yeah, and then poor other people in town were coming in to eat, and they looked around and saw us and heard us and immediately walked back out. So
yeah, and then I guess I talked to Data, and he said they had almost as many people at the IHOP down in Topeka. So nobody wanted to go home.
Yeah. What's that?
That was awesome.
Burst apparently. You'll get it, and then you can come out. This stuff happens all the time. Like, we are so weird. We're like a bunch of children.
Yeah, you guys are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because Pat missed it. Pat, they were down with Data eating breakfast down there.
Yeah. Pat, how many people were there at IHOP? I didn't see. Data was supposed to post a short. I never saw. If you did.
I don't know. I haven't seen it either. But I also didn't go out and look, and I'm sure they're getting ready for SRF, so he may be in a crunch to get things edited. So
well, he was supposed to just do a short from the restaurant.
Maybe he did. Did you get?
I didn't see it.
You didn't?
No, I'll go look.
Okay.
Yeah, the only downside of the weekend was I hit a deer with the Jeep, so I got to get that fixed. And then I woke up Sunday morning with the worst. They had 45 to 50 people there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we're about the same. But I'd be interested. I need to ask her how many seats she has in there.
I woke up with the worst sinus headache Sunday morning because.
Oh, and your eye was all red.
I smoked a cigar and I probably shouldn't have. And then between the dust and the pollen in the air, and there were several people said the smoke from the campfire jacked them up. There was some cedar in there.
There was something about that wood, and that's what I was saying. Misty and I were having a really hard time with our allergies. There's something about that wood.
Actually, Rickster, I was only doing about 15, hitting hard enough, just hard enough to
make our vehicle illegal,
bust out a light and bend a panel. But he he rolled underneath the bumper for a couple of turns and then took off running.
Yeah, because he was on the way to camp. So if he'd have killed him, he could have just loaded him on the hood,
Right.
and we could have had
Well,
him.
I was getting out. I was pulling the pistol out as I was getting out of the Jeep in case they had to put it out of its misery. But he took off running and
put it out of its misery. And into
you could
our
tell
freezer.
that he didn't have any broken legs, which is a good sign, which means
he's still alive.
Good chance
he's
he's still
bruised
alive.
pretty good. Yeah.
Joseph, geez, I'm sitting here on the interstate getting terrible reception in the Utah mountains.
Oh, Joseph,
Well, it'll be on the replay. You'll be able to replay. Seeing my throat's all jacked up.
You'll be able to see it, but Joseph, I'm telling you, it's more hysterical than anything else. There's nothing professional there. So it's just kind of funny.
There's Wes.
Zapper. Hey, Wes.
Who is it?
And so if nobody knows who Wes is the one in the video doing this number, right? I mean, some people really got into it and others were just like, okay, what does that number mean? When that one comes up, I'm supposed to say what? And, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, it was fun. Like I said, we're a bunch of children. We just like to have fun.
Yep.
So, and you'll see it. American Roots, they'll have it on their channel. She videoed it. Tag will have it on his. He videoed it. So, and it'll be interesting to see everybody's different editing styles and how it comes up.
So I'm gonna post that after this is over. I'll probably post it tomorrow morning sometime. Just the raw form.
Oh, just the video?
Yeah, just the video.
Oh man, because one embarrassment's not enough. For 3 embarrassments, we gotta have it more.
So Joseph, are you just traveling through, or are you there permanently?
No, he's a trucker, babe.
I know,
he's
but
traveling through.
I don't know if that's where he was.
I thought he was from Missouri. He's in Missouri.
Shaggy says
barking back at your dog.
dogs.
Freya, can you say hello to Shaggy? Hello, Shaggy. I'm more interested in Mama. Shaggy's a cool dog. That poor guy. He's just
turkey sausage. That sounds so good.
Yeah. So I got Rickster's in here. So Rickster, I completely sold out of all the chicken pepper parm. So now the extra large freeze fryer is full of 40 pounds of chicken pepper parm. That was a long day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I know what it is to fill a large. And when you're doing meals and stuff, it's all right. You're just like, okay, you're doing twice the amount. I was in the kitchen for, gosh, how many hours? And the mess, I'm pretty sure G woke up in the morning and went, oh my gosh, this is never getting cleaned up.
I said, I wish Jonathan were here because I ain't touching it.
But I got it all done. So now I got to do dinner dishes. But, yeah.
All right. You keep talking. I have to go put the chickens away right quick. I'll take these things with me and let them go.
Make sure they go potty.
Let them go potty while I'm out there.
So,
folks, I'll be right back.
So I only saw like one person said about community and all that, but I know there's several others in here. So like Wes and Eagle Lover and all that. So Skeins. So what was it? What was everybody's favorite thing about Camp Out? Like I'm interested in your opinions. And for those of you that have been there before, what was it? A different feel this time? Was it better, worse? What are you guys looking for? I'm interested in that. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can see, since he's not in here to holler at me. I'm glad I could help you. Yeah, it worked out. So everybody seems to really like them. I had to change the recipe a little bit, but once I got it, it went. So I like a little more pepper than what you told me and less egg. So it worked out pretty good. My Crooked Little Homestead, the turkey I butchered, my daughter and son-in-law is going to make turkey sausage out of. Oh, that's what Karen was saying. Yeah. So we've got to figure out, I was looking at the toms out there, and we actually have to figure out which tom that we're going to have for Thanksgiving. So we'll go to my son-in-law, or to my sons and my daughter-in-law's house for Thanksgiving. And usually we'll take the turkey just because we have them in the backyard. So why not? Let's see. Eagle Lover Texas says, better feel this time, but it was just my second time. I thought the same thing. Jonathan, at the camp itself, just hanging out and chatting with folks. I had fun helping. Here we go. Let's do this. That's what she does. Let's see. I had hanging out, chatting with folks. I had fun helping out the people's places all week. At people's places all week, and the action on Saturday too. Yeah. So Jonathan was like a busy butterfly, and we were kind of laughing like, you're on vacation. And he's like, oh no, because he wants to learn. He wants to help people. And he helped Gypsy 19 out quite a bit. They got quite a bit done. He was showing me some pictures and stuff. And so that looked really good. And that helped them out because right now they're in a scramble for some stuff. Yeah, recipes are meant to be modified. And so I guess I'm an expert at modifying them. I have people pounding me down for a cookbook. You know that. And so I'm really, I don't know. There's several people asking me for recipes and all of that stuff. And I'm like, I know so many people are freeze drying, and would that put me out of business? But then at the same time, like, I really don't care if they put me out of business. That's fine, because I'm going to another direction anyway to expand of people who can't, at freeze dry all the time. And so, but the other thing was, okay, well, if you can make it, then, why? I don't know. But the other thing is too, I also know, and I know from experience, that if I give you the recipe that I do all the time, like my dad's potato salad and baked beans are the same. And believe me, it took me years to figure it out and actually get it done. If you don't love cooking, you'll never be able to get my recipes correct or my dad's. Like, we'll give you literally everything that you put in it, all the way down to the, minute description, and you will never have it the same. It just won't turn out. You have to love to cook. And if you don't love to cook, it don't work. So let's see. Jonathan G. At the Rickster. Yeah. Yes, that's what I thought. He lives in Missouri because he's not too far from our original stopping grounds. All right. Ooh, what was that? I think the cat got smashed in the door. Let's see. Skane says it was different, but I think for me it was because my daughter had a vendor tent. I didn't spend as much time at the fire. That was probably a good thing with my allergies. I don't know what you're talking about, because you did, like, every time Misty and I were talking, we were like, where's your mom? And you were always down at the campfire. So maybe you had a good balance this time. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, just super, super fun. But yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking more like difference in I don't know. It just seems like more people came out with an intention with the ability, not the intention. They came out with the ability to actually be able to spend money. And this is probably the first festival that I've done in a very, very long time. Usually the credit cards people put through is, I would say, probably a good 2/3, if not 3/4 of all the transactions that we do at a festival. This time it was reversed. I only had 4 card transactions, and most of those, I think all but one, but I know the one, there was a plan to get that done because they do the same thing that we do. And it was like, what card do you want me to put it on? Because which card makes the most points? What makes the most sense? And then you go home and you pay it off. So it was that. But for the most part, they were debit cards that I took. And then, yeah, so it was.
We'll be able to judge the next 2 festivals. But by the end of October, we'll get a pretty good feel of how things are financially in the country.
I just think that we drove out more freedom seekers and doers this festival. And so next festival is really no judgment, because next festival, when we get to Tennessee, those are a lot of people in the same boat. They're free. So we'll see. Kentucky's going to be the same. So I don't know how much we can judge, but yeah, so that's what I had. Wasn't much. Then
this next week is just going to literally been getting ready for Tennessee.
American Roots parents, by the way, will be in tomorrow, and her mom would love, according to Jess, her mom would love to help me package and all of that. I've got to get you to do labels for me tomorrow.
Send me the list.
I'll get you a list together tonight.
100 cheesy parm chicken bites, whatever the hell they are.
Yes, I'll need 100 of those. And then I put some fruit. Shelly messaged me. She said, my daughter is wanting to know what fruit you're bringing. I'm like, girl, I can hardly think right now. I have to go through and see what's sold out For sure, I know I have some apples. They're getting
Very
ready to
few
sell
apples.
out. Yeah, but they'll sell out at SRF. So I got to figure that one out.
We got
And
a
then-
lot of strawberries and bananas, and that's it.
Oh, we're running out low on strawberries. So, but we got plenty of bananas, but some of those need to be relabeled. And but man, I am not complaining. I am so thankful for all of your support. And you know, even when I was cooking in the kitchen, there was free breakfast out there. Somebody put together a community breakfast, and I literally had people coming to me and buying breakfast because I was like, well, I'm not going to wake up first thing in the morning if they're doing free breakfast. And honestly,
And you didn't.
had I known that, well, honestly, once I found out, had I known that they were going to do that, I would have never bought supplies to make breakfast. That would have waited for SRF. So,
Well, you sold breakfast on Friday and Thursday and Wednesday, didn't you?
but they did community breakfast every
did
single
they?
day. Yeah, except for Sunday, I think. But they did that every single day. So there was no need for me to do breakfast. But
Well,
so I
apparently there
didn't really,
was.
no,
Apparently
well, I
there-
didn't break out breakfast. They just came to me and said, here's what I'd like to have. And
Right.
so then I would just get it together really fast. But I thought that was neat. And I know that that was on purpose. And I just want to thank you all for supporting me. That was amazing. That was great. It made me feel very, very special. Really did. So, and the really no complaints. Not even when there were still bones left in the chicken, the barbecue chicken. They were like, well, at least we know it's authentic. Of course, you know, most of them. No,
Lucia, I'm sure you could. I don't know how much shipping would be to Canada.
it shouldn't be too bad. You know, I've already shipped something to you, so you know the difference. But
And
now
you don't need a. I don't think they need a large or an extra large.
no, did she say freeze dry or freeze dried food?
A freeze dryer.
I don't think freeze dryers ship to Canada. I will have to check on that. Let me check on that for you, Lucy. And I'll make sure because it is a freight shipment. So I'll tell you what, I'll give them a call and email you with that. I don't think I have your phone number. So I'll email you with that.
Okay, so we had this discussion with Chuck because Chuck's thinking about getting a freeze dryer, and it's just him and maybe his son and everything. But it's not an entire family. We recommend that everybody get a large if you've got a family. If it's just one or two people, we kind of think a medium might work.
I think a medium would be fine for them. Pat, that's not what I was saying at all. Please, please do not take me wrong on that. You weren't the only one. Somebody did pancakes before that, et cetera, et cetera. So no, do not take me wrong. It's just had I known, I wouldn't have broke anything out. I wouldn't have went and got it. Because when you start talking numbers and that kind of thing, I just want to explain, when you start talking numbers, you have to make sure you have a certain amount of food on hand. And
or I end up going to Dollar General and paying $11 for three
small cans,
12-ounce
cheese.
cans of cheese.
Right. So yeah, so it's one of those things. It was just a numbers thing. And no, I wasn't mad or anything. But also had I known, you know, we could have partied a little bit harder and slept in later. Well, except for the fact that kids were running around screaming and all of that, but I'd have made it through.
You know, the downside of this whole thing is, Wes, we're out of chicken. We don't have any more chicken.
I have to order more. Well, I mean, we deep it. It's going to SRF, so it's going to be gone. But so yeah, so I have to get on and order. I need to get those ordered now and find out what that ship date is.
Eagle Lover says the same thing. A medium. I mean,
yeah.
And it saves you what, $800?
More than that.
More than that.
More than that. There's $1,000 and $1,500 difference, and I think they're $500 off this month. But actually, you know, honestly, Lucy, you could actually call Harvest Right, and they can tell you exactly. I don't need to get in the middle of that. You could call them and find out all those details, and they'll tell you exactly what shipping and all that stuff's going to be. Usually the shipping is on there. I don't remember paying extra for shipping. It was included in the price, wasn't it? Of course, I know that might be a difference on how I got it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is true.
But just call them and check it out. And if you do and they say yes, don't order it through them. Go selfishly go to our link so we get credit for it. We have a QR code, so you can go directly to our link.
She can't afford a freeze dryer.
You can put it on layaway. Yeah. Yeah, you can put it on layaway. In fact, for the sun ovens, I just found out today there's a payment plan for those.
Yes, I know they started that.
Yep. So a lot of changes.
A lot of changes. I'm not too terribly happy with the way it came about. I'm not going to lie. The communication from Son Oven was it was non-existent to us, you know.
Yeah, one just does what they're told, and then the owner is traveling around. Nothing bad about them, but they're traveling and constantly doing stuff, and just things are missed.
Right.
And vendors are not told things. So even though there's a sign up for the newsletter, just saying, sorry, Trip, we love you. I know you won't see this, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I do. You know, you just like, oh my gosh, Sam came over and he's like, oh.
Sam was the guy, anybody that was at the festival, Sam was the guy with the beard selling
beef
the
jerky.
beef jerky.
And he'll be at SRF too.
Yeah.
And so Sam was like, come moseying over, you know, and he looks and he's like, all right. He said, I think this is what I want for breakfast. And I said, all right. I said, you hungry right now? I'll put it on. And he's like, no, not quite hungry yet. And I said, or it wasn't, it was for lunch. No, not quite hungry yet. And I said, all right. I said, well, what do you want to do? He said, why don't I pay you for it now? And then when I get hungry, I'll let you know. And so like, he didn't say anything. And I was like, I forgot. I think I was listening to, can't remember who was speaking right before 10. Oh, it was Chuck. It was either Chuck or Daniel. And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to that. And here comes Sam. And I was like, and I'm looking at Sam and I'm seeing him come at me, you know, well, in my direction. And I'm like, I was supposed to cook him something. What was I supposed to cook him? And finally, I just like, okay, I know I'm supposed to cook him something. So I said, are you hungry? And he's like, I'm getting there. I was like, what was it that you wanted again?
Skeins,
yeah,
you
Skeins. You can
just don't get the dehydrator and the water purification.
Right.
Thing.
But they're still good. You'll have the cookbook with all the care instructions and all that stuff. So it's not a big deal.
Oh, there he is.
And I don't know, we got that last set.
Do what?
We got that last set. She specifically left that unit because it was the last one we had. And she's like, I can get it from you later. I'll just order it. And then that way she didn't have to bring it back. And she did say that before anybody else said that they were going to order.
Who did?
Skeins.
Skeins did?
So we could take that specific last set. I have one set only of that. And we could take that to Kentucky if she wanted.
It's up to you.
Do you want it in Kentucky, Skeins?
Thank you.
What?
Ghost. What's up, Ghost?
Ghost, you don't know how much I appreciate this. And I was like, oh, this is a long shot, but I'm going to go ahead and ask anyway. And then I thought it was funny. I laughed when you said October the 20th. And I was like, no, I was supposed to have them before a Midwest Festival. I want them by Friday. What is it?
Talking about t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts. It's the Don't Be an Angry Pecker, which I know are going to like go like crazy at SRF. But I did want them for Midwest to premiere them, and we didn't have them. And finally, I was like, today I called Garen. I'm like, where the hell are my t-shirts? And he goes, I don't know. I know I ordered them because I was blaming him. Like, you didn't order them, did you? And then I went into the bank. I could see where it all came out, and they got ordered and all of that. And I was like, where are my t-shirts at? He's like, I'll email him. And then I saw the email. It's like, poor Ghost. He's like, oh, I was planning on getting those done this weekend. And I'm like, after all my festivals.
So I think Skeins is on board with your plan.
Skeins got it. So I'm officially sold out of the old ones.
I thought you were saving one for somebody here.
No, Melanie wanted hers after Skeins did. Skeins asked and specifically left it. So that if Skeins wanted it, that was Skeins. Okay. All right. So Melanie will get the other one. And so I've got 5. We will have at SRF. And this will have the cookbook and the Son Oven. You guys won't be disappointed. They're great. They're absolutely great. So we'll get those done. But yeah. All right, Skeins, we will bring it with us, and it is yours for the right price. So
the Crisis Sector t-shirt was a bust.
Well, we sold 2.
We sold 2, but it was
so cold nobody could see the t-shirts.
Yeah, everybody everybody's wearing sweatshirts and everything. And then Nicole didn't wear hers. She's going to wear it. She's going to wear it at SRF. Yeah. So we're kind of changing it. The The new shirt is not going to have the Midwest Preparedness Festival thing on it.
Or the numbers, right?
No, it's going to have the number.
Oh, okay.
Because hey, listen, if you want a crisis sector shirt, it's going to be yours. You're going to be numbered. It's going to be registered.
So I'm number 1. Tag is number 2. Data. Well, I think Spags is number 3. Data is number 4, and then number 5 is Nicole. Or maybe number 3 is Nicole. I'm not sure,
but you're going to be registered. If you buy one of these shirts, you're going to be registered and on a list.
Mm-hmm. Number 6 and number 8 are spoken for. Did you get those ordered?
No, not yet.
Okay, so we'll get those ordered tonight so that those could go out. And then, so you've got 7, 9 through 25. I think we can go all the way up to 50 if we want to.
Well, so
we can actually go past that if we want to.
So we got
whatever Ghost is willing to do.
We got to get as many people registered as crisis actors, because what happens if the system needs the message to be tweaked and they can't find enough crisis actors? That's where we come in. We've got a list. Everybody's got their number, and we can go in and help the system sell the narrative.
Can I wear my crisis actor T-shirt down in Texas, or do I need to be formal?
I don't know. I may actually buy one.
I'll have to ask Tag. I'd imagine it's $700 a ticket, 10,000 people. I would actually imagine I probably need to be in a suit, which means I need to go purchase some business clothes.
I'm not wearing a suit for the vendor.
I grew out you need to at least do dress pants and a shirt.
I'll do business casual.
You got multimillionaires down there, baby, and you're trying to sell our business, so you're gonna have to dress up. But yeah, so we'll figure it out when we get there. We got a while, 6-7 months.
Hopefully we can go.
No, Tag said he's got it, so we're good.
Well, that's about it. We got Homestead news. I finally got the landscaping project out front done.
Mm-hmm.
Got mulch in it yesterday, so that's another one checked off.
Yep.
I'm hoping to finish the chicken tractor tomorrow, so that'll be checked off.
Then when we get back, hopefully gravel and a pad before it freezes.
Yep.
Because if it gets too low, we can't pour concrete. So, well, I mean, we can, but we take a risk of it cracking. We're supposed to warm up here for a little bit. So.
Well, you can pour all the way down to 45 degrees. You just got to put a blanket on it.
Yeah, but I think we're like getting ready to plummet. So you say no, but I watch the weather.
I do too.
Sure you do.
I watch Ryan Hall, y'all, all the time.
Yeah, Ryan Hall nails it every single time.
I told you it was going to rain when it rained here.
Whatever. So anyway, got that going on, and yeah. So it's really good. We were just really happy to see everybody and meet people. We got new people coming to Homestead Potluck when we do that quarterly. So the next one we got coming up is Festivus for the rest of us. It's just a way that we can take Christmas and Thanksgiving and just keep it on the low key.
Eagle lovers on my
Dress
side.
attire in Texas is jeans and boots. Yeah, but you still have to have a nice shirt. And do you even know where your boots are?
I'm wearing my combat boots.
No, that's not. She's talking cowboy boots.
I don't have cowboy boots.
You used to. Where'd they go?
Angela, I haven't had cowboy boots for decades.
Well, you got 6 months to
I'm not
break them in.
I'm not paying a bunch of money for cowboy boots.
I kind of miss you wearing cowboy boots. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I kind of miss you wearing cowboy boots. I'm not gonna lie. It's the best part about you doing that. Remember Simon and Simon? Gerald McCraney always had his cowboy boots and jeans. That's what G looked like in the Marine Corps. He did. I swear. It's like Gerald McCraney.
Then how come you wouldn't let me put a railroad tie bumper on the front of the Jeep?
Because that was weird.
Actually, Jonathan, we had a Great Dane puppy that ate. How much were those Tony Llamas that Ian had? $150. Remember when
those weren't his? Those were mine.
Ate the toes out of
the
some
dog.
Tony
Only
Llamas.
ate my shoes and loved Ann Klein's, Tony Llama. Just it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I just got checked. Oh, the straw that broke the camel's back was when my Coach shoes. So for some reason, the Coach leather has a really nice tang to it. So anyway,
I'm making an alt account called Kentucky Wendigo, KY Wendigo. So you might see me in chat. Roger that.
Cool.
You know what? WA?
Everybody needs some shit kickers.
There's a place between hell and no where that's going to take place. Let's just put it that way. I
wear my boots. How come you try to get me in my boots all the time, but you won't wear boots?
because I don't.
Something seems very unfair about
I don't
that.
like you. You never wear your boots for me, so there.
No, I wear my boots for me.
You wear your boots for
I
me.
know if I need work boots, I've got my work cowboy boots. If I need, dress boots, I got my dress cowboy boots. If I need,
you know what I want?
Low ankle boots.
I
got
want
my
some
low
of
ankle
those
boots.
Mexican cockroach killers
Why?
with the 12-inch pointy toe
Pointy
on
toe.
it that curls up like an elf shoe.
I won't go out in public with you like that. That's not happening.
and a shirt with angel wings on the back.
I bought you one of those and you refused to wear it.
You're right, I did.
We were in Louisiana. We were down in New Orleans,
I
and
saw
somebody had it.
Ghost posted something. I missed it.
He probably said, "Don't be a turd. Force them to stay up all night." So that's the thing. So Ghost. So when I was talking about the T-shirts and all that, and he cut me off. So bless Ghost heart.
CHG.
Ghost is actually stop.
Oh, right.
Ghost is actually he took off work tomorrow and he's staying up all night to get those T-shirts done for y'all. So we're gonna have those T-shirts, and I want you guys to show him love and get these T-shirts all sold so that we can order more, and he can do it in a more timely fashion. And not have to stay up all night. Bless his heart. Because you have no idea how much I appreciate this. So just so I'm not sitting on inventory all winter. What do you say?
The dog went.
Cowboy hat?
Wyatt ate a cowboy
Yeah.
hat when he was a puppy and ate a whole big coffee cake today while he was at work.
Oh, no.
So did you get your trailer moved there, Wes, or they give you a grief about that? Wendigo is a Native American legend, and Goatman is an urban legend
From Maryland.
From Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah. So check this out. KY. So we were out on the reservation, and it was funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it was funny. This is really weird. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so one of the elders, she knew that she had put these watches, and it was a whole bag. It had watches and then like a seam iron and that kind of thing all in one bag. And she couldn't find them. She knew she brought them in. And then all of a sudden they couldn't find them. And they're like, what the heck is going on? She was absolutely convinced. I came back. I left. I came back, and she told me, I said, what's wrong? You could tell she was very, very distraught. And she said, I may have made a mistake. And I said, what do you mean you made a mistake? What's going on? She was visibly shaken. And she goes, I thought for sure I had it covered. She said, I didn't say anything bad about anybody, after dark last night. She said, I tried to make sure that I was on my best behavior. And, I did all that. She said, the little people, I think they took the bag. And everybody's like, no, you misplaced it. Let's find it. Because some people still believe in the folklore. Some people do not. And Hardy happened to come in. And so she was telling me, she says, I can't remember. I can't recall the name of them, but I know that they took them. And so I was talking to Hardy, and Hardy said, he goes, there's only one way to fix it. And she said, what is that? And she said, they're hunters. And it was a Patawa. And there's only one way
Say
to
that again.
Patawa. And so there's not hot in there, it's like Patawa. And so
Patawe.
No, it's Patawa, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's Patawa or Patawa. Anyway, so it's little people. And so he said they're hunters. And so, they hunt. And so the only way to get them to go is that you have to leave them lead and something to light it with, and shoot it on a stump. Yeah, gunpowder and all that. And so Sherry's like, I don't have any of that. And so I'm sure we can get you some. What do we need to do? And it was interesting because
there's the man.
Friday.
What's up, guys?
That Friday, something was going on in the government building. So they saged the entire building, which is unusual. Usually it's just one office or somebody's doing their office. This time they did the entire building, and it was so incredibly thick that G was like, he went in after lunch, and you said
no,
it was terrible.
They were saging it because the member services area needed to be cleansed.
Okay, so
that's what it was. So
it needed to be cleansed. And do you know what happened that night? I told Sherry before we left, I said, you know what? I said, the government building just cleanse that. And she said, oh. And I said, do you know what's going to happen? I said, tomorrow morning, I said, your stuff is going to show up. And she says, I don't know. Sure enough, and it had rained that night. And sure enough, that bag showed up. And she was like, oh my gosh, I found it. It was literally laying outside her van. And so, no, it was in the van. I can't remember.
No, it was
Anyway.
laying outside the van.
And so she brought it inside, and all of a sudden, the box was wet and all of that. No, it was inside the van, because that's what I told her. I said, then they had a long journey getting that back over to the elders, they're not in the elder center, they're in the housing for elders. And I said, they had a heck of a walk, heck of a journey getting that over there, but they sure did get it back, didn't they? She said, I cannot believe it. And so there's just little things like that. I just thought it was cool, and it was weird to experience it. And I was just like, huh. So be careful saying bad things about others.
Talking about Indian stuff. HG, are you still in here? I have a question about transplanting something, and I figure out of everybody in here, you would probably know best. So if you're still in here, give me a thumbs up or something, and I'll ask the question. But they won't use owls on any of the government buildings, because owls are harbinger of death. Mm-hmm. In fact, if you ever watch Reservation Dogs, there's an episode where all the kids are walking by an owl statue, and they're all walking by like this, so they don't have to look at it. Okay, HG, here's the question: sweetgrass. Is it too late to transplant sweetgrass?
I would love it if it's not.
Because this is so stupid.
Did he just say yeah?
He said yeah, he's here. Not yeah.
Okay.
But there's a stop sign on the highway right across the highway.
We have a ton of it in the backyard
that has sweetgrass growing next to it.
It's so hard not to stop at the stop sign and just trim it up.
But if we can transplant it, I'm going to stop with a shovel one day and a bucket.
I bet you Hardy has it out there. I bet you Hardy would give me some if it's not too late to transplant it. So,
yeah, if it's not too late to
Hardy's
transplant
another
it,
elder that's out there. Cool friend of mine. He's a great guy. And he's the one I was really surprised that he was standing in front of me when he was. And,
dude had half his lung removed.
No, the entire lung.
He was out riding his bike the other day.
Yeah, his entire lung was removed, and he had cancer. And he said the old man. So his grandfather taught him as a kid, the fire is the old man, and if you take care of the old man, you don't see a fire as a fire. It's the old man, and if you take care of the old man will take care of you. And Hardy, to this day, he'll tell you it's only been a month since he's been out. They let him out in 24 hours. So he had the surgery next day. They let him out. And Hardy literally said, I said, how in the world are you standing in front of me? And he said, I had a lot of help. And he said, the old man helped me. And so I was like, great. Perfect. Okay. So is it too late?
So he says, division is the next best way to obtain more sweetgrass plants. It's best done in the fall or winter when the plants are dormant. So we should wait.
So we should wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, we should wait.
Perfect. Do we want to take it directly off the res, or do we want to take the stuff here?
I don't think we got sweetgrass growing out there.
Yeah, because remember me almost wanting to hurt you when you were mowing?
I don't know where
the entire house smelled of sweetgrass. I know exactly where it is, out by the goat pen. It's in between the goat pen and the chicken coop.
Not all doctors will kill you, but a lot of them will. Yeah, Kentucky, it's working for the government's been very, very interesting. Mm-hmm.
And they're really pushing the natural medicine and all of that. But do you want me to grab those magazines?
The what?
The new magazine subscriptions they're pushing on everybody now?
Yeah, go show them.
They're trying to get everybody back to their roots.
Yeah. But it's just it's a weird mix of modern and traditional and two worlds colliding sometimes.
So there's a new edition. In fact, they're putting it in the food boxes
Are they?
on the reservation. Mm-hmm. And you can order, I think you get 100 for like $2.25 box.
I'm
and
not
then
buying
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. The government building would, which is why we're getting these now. And so, but it's native wellness and life. And so that's just like one copy right there. But you come in and it's got great recipes. There's one in here that I really love. It has nettle, but it also tells you what you can substitute. There's a lot on getting your diabetes under control by foraging. There's a
And
whole
there's a
article
lot
in
of
here.
articles. There's a lot of articles in here that
Native dances
that are not necessarily native centric. You know, they kind of apply across the board.
Mhm.
So I've found several really good ideas for videos, and hopefully I can make it work.
Mhm.
Let's see what's Lucy had to say. I have a friend that is Indian. He walked my property and showed me what was edible.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's the elders out there. We need
That's where I got so the elders actually showed me the correct milkweed that I needed. And they allowed me to pick all of gather as many seeds as I wanted.
Yeah. You know that they don't have a medicine man out there, but they got a guy who's pretty close to one.
Yeah. So the medicine bags that they have, Hardy had that when he went to surgery too. But you have to be tribal in order to get one.
Okay. Let's see here. Kind of why I was asking other nurses and the like, what would a gardening for nurses book or course look like? How to really tie the two together. You know, how do I put this? I don't want to paint with a wide brush. I really don't. But the simple fact is that the medical profession in the United States has basically destroyed its credibility. The only people that still believe that the medical profession and medical institutions are there to help people, you're not going to change their mind no matter what they see. You know, we had that discussion several times this weekend, and if we could get a gardening for nurses book that would help with the herbalists, that would be great. That would be great. You know, in fact, maybe we should get Chuck on that. Chuck's pretty good about that. Church Supply in Olathe is selling these cool laminated pamphlets, edible and medicinal plants in the Great Plains. Yeah, we found we were going through a lady's house. She passed away, and you may have heard us talk about her, but she had a Plains Indians foraging book, edible plants and stuff, which was very interesting. Well, thank you, Starla. You're the one that told me about it. I didn't even see it.
Where was Starla this weekend?
She couldn't get out. She was working on a property and had two more that she was trying to get ready to go. She got stuck working. Hey, can you grab me that last bubbly over there?
Buble.
One of the books I've listened to 3 times so far was written by an MD called Pharmacology. When she visited Wendell Berry and offered to help him on the farm, his response was classic. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Let's see. He told her, "We wouldn't dream of offering to help her in the OR. Why would she be qualified to help him on the farm?"
You guys telling jokes now?
Oh no, he's talking about something. Yeah, you know. So the only reason we got to 3,000 was because I started doing those shorts that upset people. And in fact, Chuck and I.
That's the only reason. It didn't have anything to do with the fact that we worked our.
No. I mean, getting there as fast as we did. I mean, like that. Getting there.
I don't know if we got fast. We know somebody who manipulated the system, started his channel a year and a half after us, and has double the subscribers that we do.
Yeah.
So really, we could probably didn't work hard enough, but.
Yeah. What's up, Tiger? Good herb book is Back to Eden. Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy on that. But so not from me, but just I hear people argue about that all the time. But yeah, so I don't know. Is there anything? We're at an hour, almost an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. Yes, I got something.
Uh-oh.
So unless you've been living under a rock,
I know where you're
you know
going
what's going on in the Middle East, right? Several things about that. First, I want to share a story with you. I think I saw this story. I saw this story today, as a matter of fact, and I thought it was great. This is awesome. Okay. So let me see if I get it full screen. So this is a 25-year-old girl named Inbar Lieberman. All right. She was the security coordinator for the kibbutz at Nir On, which is about 3 kilometers away from the Gaza Strip border. And whenever Hamas started attacking and murdering civilians, she heard the explosions and she grabbed her team. She had 12 people on her team, and they handed out weapons. Now, mind you, she's not a government agent. These are all private citizens. Okay, these are all private citizens, and they armed up, and they had pre-planned, and they set up ambush positions, and she personally, 25-year-old girl, personally killed 5 Hamas terrorists. They ended up killing over 2 dozen of them. And all the kibbutzes around them, the stories you're hearing in the news about the massacres and the people going house to house, and Hamas going house to house and murdering women and grandmas and babies, that did not happen at her kibbutz, simply because they were engaged and they were armed. And the reason why I think this is such a great story is because it completely blows the civilian disarmament argument out of the water. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Israel has some very strict Second Amendment laws. They are a socialist country, and they do not want people to be armed unless they're an agent of the government, right? So what these people did was completely out of the norm over there. Was it legal or not? I don't know, but it was not something that's normal. They took their survival in their own hands, and they made it happen. And I don't know about you, but the video of them attacking the music festival with the paragliders, and the video of them going house to house and executing people just really bothers me. And if you think that can't happen here, then you haven't been paying attention. Seriously. It can. It does happen here. It's already happening here. It doesn't happen in the way it happened in Israel, but it happens every day in big cities, and we hear it all the time. People protecting themselves, and so if you know anybody that's pushing the civilian disarmament message, don't abdicate the debate space. You need to step up, even if it's uncomfortable. You need to step up, and you need to have a good argument and good information so you can destroy their arguments, because there are no good arguments for disarming people. Seriously, there's no good argument. In fact, I'm one of those people that believe that if you're a felon and you do your time and you're not on parole, you should get your rights back and you should be able to own a gun. You know what? And if you're a felon and the state feels that you should not own a gun, they should not let you out of prison. Seriously. So take that for what it is, right? Yeah, see, HG. And seriously, that was like something out of one of those bad 80s trashy gun porn novels that they used to sell at Barnes and Noble and Dalton Books. All right, Starla, go get clean. Go get clean. We'll get you there one day. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, what'd I just do? Oh, hide comments. Okay. What'd I just do to my screen? Do I look normal? Do I look normal in on the screen to you guys? Oh, that's why.
What'd you do?
I accidentally hit the zoom.
Oh.
I was great big. The only thing on the screen was me and about 3 comments down here in the corner. I was like, oh, what happened?
And off a buble.
Yep, it's a buble. I'm getting drunk off all the bubbles. And the other thing, and I was telling Angela this afternoon. Did anybody notice the distinct lack of coverage for all the pro-Palestine and pro-Hamas?
The celebrations going on over.
Well, in Gaza there wasn't any celebration, but in New York City and Washington D.C. and Ontario and Brazil and a whole bunch of other places, there were people celebrating it and doing pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas rallies.
And folks, that should scare you. That should put you into action. Keep your head on a swivel.
What is gun porn? Okay. So in the 80s.
Oh, now you opened up a subject.
Oh no, in the 80s, there were a whole bunch of books like the Deadlands and Moral Project and post-apocalyptic things where the story, anytime they talked about gear, they went into great detail. Kind of like Rawlins, James Wesley Rawls' first book, where it was gun and equipment porn. So they went into really deep detail about it at the detriment to the story. So that's gun porn. Any stories out there where the equipment or the gun takes precedence and they talk about it in great detail versus telling a good story. Totally, you're a dork. That's gun porn. So it.
I think that's a very good point.
Unarmed and helpless is unarmed and helpless, and I will never understand that. Yeah,
Go to Starless. I want to say Starless, so I can't read the whole thing.
It was something new about
it. You gotta say it louder.
They're trying to start fighting with Iran. Do what?
Like you read stuff, you gotta say it. So
sorry, but in my opinion, it was set up, and Israel knew about it. They are trying to start fighting with Iran. Israel has the most secure borders. How would they not know? False flag. It goes into. That's the same territory as we knew about 9/11. I'm sure that there was somebody in the Israeli intelligence community that knew something was up, and quite frankly, they blew it. And I'll tell you why it happened. This is not me. This is several well-known analysts that I follow. So over the past couple of decades, Israel has been reconciling with all these Arab countries. First, it was the Jordanians, then it was the Egyptians. Now they're right on the verge of reconciling with the Sauds. In fact, they just opened up air travel with the Sauds. Was it last year? Or was it
last year? I think
sometime last year. So they are. Hang on, Rickster. I will talk about that in just a second. So they are normalizing relationships with all these countries because what they all figured out at the same time was they have a common enemy in Iran. Now, Israel has 8 million people in its population. Iran has 88 million people. Iran is the big guy on the block, and alone these countries cannot stand up to Iran. So what benefit does Iran have of doing this? Now they've already come out and said that Iran helped plan it, and so did the Wagner Group, the Russian Wagner Group, helped plan this. My opinion is they made it so heinous. They got a bunch of people that hated Israel and Jews so much that they had no problem committing these atrocities, but they wanted an overwhelming response from Israel. They wanted Israel to go in and blow the crap out of the Gaza Strip and kill tons of civilians, tons of Muslim civilians, so that it would derail that reconciliation process. Mm-hmm. That way, whenever Iran tries doing something, they won't be united against them.
Audio is glitching for some reason.
Well, it may just be my throat. I'm still scratchy from this weekend. Okay. What happened to Iron Dome? So there's something on an air defense system called the saturation limit.
Scott Jones. Hello.
And the saturation limit on an air defense system is the maximum amount of targets it can engage at one time. Now, they launched anywhere between 2,500 and 5,000 rockets in less than 4 or 5 hours. And what they did, and you can't have air defense every place. You have to have it where it does the most good. And they just oversaturated the system. There are videos out there of Iron Dome shooting down hundreds of rockets. Just one, you can see them up in the sky, and you see the missiles flying around. And it worked, but it can any system. I don't care if it's the Patriot system or if it's the Russian SA-400 system. They can only do so much. There are technical limitations, and equipment limitation. You just can't have that much equipment. It's too expensive. I mean, that S-400 system of Russia cost $18 million a pop.
Can I say something there?
Sure.
Just, I have an opinion on all of this. And just if history tells us anything, I really want to make sure that, yes, what's happening over there is sad and what's happening over there is bad. But we need to make sure that that does not take our focus off the horrible things that are happening in our country and what's happening right underneath our nose. They've done this before. They did this at 9/11. They did it, all the way back. Vietnam War, World War II. Every time something goes on, the little crooks up there at the White House figure out how to do something extremely disgusting.
The Richmond, north of Richmond.
Right. And as far as I'm aware, and I haven't caught up. I was caught up, and then we went camping. We still don't have a Speaker of the House.
No, they're still trying to.
Right.
Which is good, because that means they're not legislating.
But we don't have a Speaker of the House. So we have Biden and Kamala. Doesn't that make you feel safe in wartime? So let's make sure that we really focus on what's happening here. Because if we lose track of what's happening here, we won't know it until it's too late. We can't fix it. So at least if we pay attention, we can stop it. Try to. I
think if the Speaker is out of the picture, third in line is the Treasury Secretary. I want to say the Treasury Secretary. I know the head of the Department of Education is in there someplace too.
Oh,
which
wonderful!
Just scares the hell out of me. Anyway, and listen, don't think that something like what's going on in Israel can't happen here, because this is a fact. This is not me telling an anecdotal story. This is not me making something up. When I worked for the DoD, I did direct support for the National Guard troops in Missouri. In October of 2021, the 10th MEB, which is the mobilization brigade, was part of the mission down on the southern border. They sent about 4,000 National Guard troops there, and they were on the border all the way from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific. And they came back, and they said that they saw.
Are you reading hypocrisy? Are you catching that? Like, we're screwed all the way around.
Pro temp.
Secretary. There's no coming back from that. We're just screwed.
Yeah. But they saw evidence while they were down there of military-age Middle Eastern males crossing the border. They found Korans, they found prayer rugs, they found all kinds of stuff. And this has been going on for years. So don't think there aren't sleeper cells out there, and don't think that.
In fact, we've known there's been sleeper cells for a long time.
Yeah,
years.
Don't think that the threat's not out there, which is another reason. And it's not going to happen.
Ooh,
I don't think it's going to happen in a small town. It's going to happen in some big city.
Did you see that?
Think about this.
A double tanker wrecked on I-64. Bad.
I-84.
Is it I-84?
Yeah.
Sorry, no glasses.
But and something might happen here without the government knowing about it, and we're going to end up with Patriot Act 2.
Right.
Guarantee it. I guarantee that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Something's going to happen. There's going to be an excuse for them to want to take away more of our rights.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphrica.
Excuse me.
And I'm sorry. I don't mean to be blackpilling everybody. Seriously, I'm not trying to blackpill people. It's just that I see what's going on over in Israel, and it's only by the grace of God that something like that has not happened here. Something like that, or what was the Russian school where they killed 80% of the children in that town? Mm-hmm. The starts with a B. Anyway, I'm sure somebody knows it. So don't think that these type of things can't happen and won't happen.
Are you talking about Bosnia? Not Bosnia.
It's Breslin. In the words of Jason Aldean. try it and find it. Yeah. That, and we got the corn, man. I seriously, I think that's part of it. But the other part is, I don't think that they can handle the children of the corn vibe we got going on out here. Because, man, I'm telling you what, man, sometimes even like going out to Hacks for the Homesteader plays, there are times you can ask her during the season that the corn grows right up next to the road, and it's kind of creepy. And
then the worst part of it, like, remember in the movie where it would show like the corn was moving and going this way and it would go in a row? Well, they didn't have to make that up, because when the wind blows and it blows a certain way, it will. If it's dying down at the end, it will move that corn just in a certain way. So yeah, it's kind of funny, but I think it's funny. I'm kind of creepy that way.
God has a lot of grace, and his patience may be wearing thin with the American that's mercy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, and that goes back to the saying, you know, people say God's on our side. No, what we should be asking is, are we on God's side? You know, and again, my witness is not the best. Anybody that hangs around me for a while knows that I'm my witness.
Well, we
is
know
not the
now,
best.
Starla.
I saw a meme today that said, I'm beginning to think that my retirement home should be an underground bunker.
Right. That's going around a lot. Yeah.
You know,
but we'll never make it back up the stairs.
Yeah.
Put an elevator system in, maybe.
Well,
you know,
and they were talking.
That you pull the rope.
They were talking on John Willis and Nicole Sauce. They had Risky Krisky on there, and they were talking. You know, traveling nowadays really concerns me. Darren and I had this conversation.
It concerns me too.
And we plan our trip. We plan our trip to Tennessee so we don't go through Illinois anymore.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if anybody knows. I'm packed. I got what I need.
So that actually got checked out and verified. Does Spags talk to you about that? It's for when everybody heads out to Kentucky. It's all we can have our guns in the vehicle.
Yeah.
That they do not have to be locked up in the trunk anymore. They just can't be loaded. So
mine's loaded in the back.
Well, he's not with Grumpy Acres Farm. If you see Grumpy Acres Farm, he is not with them. He will not be in the vehicle. No need to pull us over and check.
Well, I'm not driving through Indiana anyway, so it doesn't matter. Tennessee doesn't care.
No, Illinois. We drive through Illinois.
No, do we have to drive through Illinois?
I think so. We can look at the map and see if there's an alternative.
I guess we just follow the speed limit.
Did not really catch us.
Yeah. See, might not want to go back upstairs. Not that we can't, it's we don't want to.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So you guys got anything you want to talk about? Any good juicy news or anything like that? My throat's starting to hurt. I had my throat was all jacked up on Sunday, and I'm just now getting over whatever it was.
Unless you have a cow.
Hell no. Cow will be downstairs.
Oh, CCW. No, that doesn't work either. Not in Illinois.
Need naps when traveling. Where are the nearest safe havens? See, this is why we
build community.
You build community locally, and you build these virtual communities. Because I'd like to think that some of the people that we've met that are spread around the country, if we're in the area and we need a safe harbor.
I know if we need someplace in Tennessee, we got it. I know if we need someplace in South Carolina, we got it. I know if we need someplace in North Carolina, we got it.
Kentucky.
We need someplace in Kentucky, we got it. If we need someplace in Missouri, we've got several places. If we need something in Utah, we've got places. Yeah, California, we got places. So we've got Texas, we've got places. Well,
I'm never going back to California again.
My grandmother. Oh, my sweet grandmother. She's 97. She turned 97 in September.
West Virginia.
I forgot to call her. Yeah, West Virginia.
Because you sure are purdy.
You and Chuck. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. Hopefully we'll be getting Chuck somewhere closer. But yeah, so that's part of building community, guys. You just build it. But also know, we get stuck somewhere. We don't have our livestock. So we're lucky in the difference that we're usually vending. We were laughing about that this weekend too, Spags and I, because if you and I are sad. If the stuff goes down, if the stuff hits the fan while we're on the road,
we got more than enough food to barter our way back home.
Right. Yeah, we totally do it.
That's another reason why I take the long rifle and a bunch of ammo.
Yeah.
Because
we also know that we're kind of sitting ducks when we stop for gas and that kind of thing.
I may only need one bullet to hunt deer, but I need the other 29 to protect it from those people trying to steal it from me.
Yeah. And believe me, it happens. There's conversations. I've heard them. So
I learned today from our Facebook LA homesteading page, it is illegal to sell or buy raw milk here. You can donate it, but no one is willing to do that.
You want me to bring you a gallon of raw milk to Kentucky and take it home with you?
Skeins,
$8 a gallon. I'll get one for you.
You know what you do? You start a cow share.
Yep.
Because they cannot keep you from.
You got the land to do it.
You cannot. Well, you don't even have to have the land. Just somebody has to have the land.
She could do it. She could have the cows right there.
But they cannot keep you from using the product of your own animals. Mm-hmm. So you get 3 or 4 people to go in on a cow, and you've each got a share of that cow.
Then you own it.
You get a share of whatever comes out of that cow.
So you get your. And how many people own the cow?
Where is that? I saw that. Where there it is. Hey, Rickster, look, my daughter and son-in-law.
Yeah, no, we'll be at our daughter's.
Well, no, they aren't going to have anything.
No, but we have plenty for them.
Well, but where they're going to be is.
But that's my grandbaby, and we're going to make sure.
So we're going to have to move.
No,
we'll be there
rescuing
rescuing
We'll
them.
figure it out. Well, I don't plan. Don't worry. I don't plan on going to your place. We've got other people in Utah as well. So we don't plan on getting there. Ideally, if we're out that way, we're going to make our way to Idaho, and we have enough to barter with to get there. Yeah. The best place I want to be is with my mom and dad in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
We got Florida.
Yeah.
All right, Pat.
That's sweet. All American. Thank you.
Pat, you need go get some rest.
Yep.
If you're like me, I'm tired as hell.
Yeah. It's been a crazy week. It's not going to get much better. I couldn't believe G actually let me sleep till 10 o'clock in the morning yesterday. I woke up and I was like, why did you let me sleep? Because I was tired and cranky.
Because you're mean and nasty when you wake up.
I started
and
cranky.
You tell me constantly that I'm not your father. And then she literally told me one time that I was dumb to think I should have a rational conversation with her when she's waking up.
While I'm asleep is what I said.
You know what those
I didn't say you're dumb. I thought it was silly.
You know what, those Skeins, the across state borders is illegal.
What did she say? The milk?
She can get her milk in Arkansas, and that may be illegal.
Well, I just don't tell anybody.
Yeah, just don't tell anybody.
You're not selling it. Just go pick up what you want. Go get it.
Okay, guys, think about this. Unpack the logic of this. If I sell you heroin, you're in trouble for buying it. I'm in trouble for selling it. We get caught. We're both going to get charged. Raw milk is the only thing in the United States where it is illegal to sell it, but not illegal to buy it. No, in every state, there's not a state in the union where you will get a fine of anything, even probably a cross-eyed look if you buy raw milk. But there are places in the United States where it is illegal to sell it, and federally, you cannot transport it across state lines. That's why I'm what I was saying about. I was saying about Skeins getting it in a thing. Okay, so Wes has got a question. So who does the milking on a share cow? Switch off days? No, one person can do it.
You could do switch off days if you wanted. Why not? And then if they don't show up for their share that day, because people do, they go on vacation and all of that. We've got it when we get our raw milk. It's like, okay, so I can't pick up today. So like this week I had to kind of finagle a little bit so he can get through what's in the fridge, and then I'll pick up 2 more. So I'll pick those up either tomorrow or Thursday. You need to get with Tracy and find out what day she wants me to do that. But they'll rearrange milking in order to make that happen, especially now that we're getting off of grass. The grass is starting to turn brown, so the milk levels are going down. But we love picking up her milk and taking it on the road with us because a lot of people have not experienced raw milk. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, how come your pancakes are so fluffy? And oh my gosh, these taste so good. I've never tasted anything like it. You haven't, because you haven't been making it with raw milk. And so, my homemade butter and raw milk makes a lot of difference. And we like to encourage that, get your food and your milk local, do all of that. There's no reason that you have to get everything from Walmart.
I'm glad you said that, because I was seriously thinking about that. And if I'm at a big gathering and I see a bunch of people in paragliders coming in,
yeah,
I'm just going to light them up.
That's an issue now, isn't it? How sad is that? Yeah, just don't go to the Grand Canyon. I will be happy
to get some raw milk from you in Kentucky.
Okay, I'll make sure that I get it. What I'll do, bring me 2 half-gallon jars. I'll pick up the gallon jars, what she brings them to me. And then, so I'll make sure I get on the list for 3 that week. And then just bring me 2 half-gallon jars in order to switch those out. And I'll be happy to do it. Otherwise, you got to pay for the half-gallon jars because I'm stingy with my jars. There's that.
Yes, that is a true statement in a lot of places.
It's only for animal. Yeah. So
see, in Kansas, we can buy it. You can sell it and people can buy it for their own consumption.
No, you can't.
Yeah. Well,
we just do. We have a community, so we just do. And I don't know who I get my milk from, so
I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding it anymore.
Well, we're not going to throw somebody under the bus either. So
well, like they're gonna come arrest them and put them in a concentration camp.
You never know. I would joke about that.
You will not.
Why are you putting things into fruition? Knock it off.
You will not sell raw milk, or you will go to the camp.
You will take the job, or you will not have a job.
Yeah, that almost came to be too, didn't it?
It did for a lot of people.
Yes, raw milk has very good medicinal properties.
Yes, it does. Oh, the raw cow's milk's even better. You drink raw cow's milk, I promise you will never have an ulcer again.
It's not as good as goat's milk.
The cow's milk?
Yeah,
you said it's like milk and ice cream together. He so loves her milk, it's not even funny.
I don't know what she just had him on the grass all summer long in that last batch. You can ask Rosie.
Well, she'll do like sauerkraut and that kind of stuff. So she'll ferment things.
You can ask Rosie. I gave Rosie to some, and that milk tasted exactly like melted ice cream. Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. Crazy good.
And the butter I get, oh my gosh, the butter. It's just great. And it takes me 25 minutes to make a batch of butter. It's nothing.
I started getting the Shadow milk instead of the regular Highland milk. It's still not raw. Yes, it is better. That's a good quality milk. I like Shadow. Does it still come
Don't throw away the glass jars. Make sure you take those back.
With the glass jars? Because we need the lids. I found the glass jars. I can't find the lids.
I don't think the lids were usable. Remember, they were those plastic lids that went on. I can order some of those.
They worked.
Yeah, I can order some. Yeah, because we're going to be milking cows here in a little bit. Or cows. We're going to be milking goats here in a little bit.
Milking goats here in a little bit. Yeah, see, the medical portion of the community has just spoken.
Yep. You'd be really surprised what goat's milk does. And it like I say it all the time, it is the closest milk to human breast milk for babies. It's great. And I would take that over powdered formula out of the grocery store any day, especially with all the recalls. You'll never have a recall on goat's milk. No need for it.
Okay. It's bad that considering the standard food on the shelves is so bad, the basic real food is considered having medicinal properties. True. Well, I think I told this story, and if you've heard it before, I apologize. I was reading an article in a Native American journal, and they were talking about these guys. They were doing a history of Native American medicine. And so, they didn't have a written language, so everything was passed down verbally, through stories. Mm-hmm. And there's not a Native American tribe in the entire country that has a history of preventative medicine. It's only like a first aid type. You broke a bone or you got shot by an arrow or something.
I don't know about that because the elders tell a different story.
No, they don't have a history of preventative. There's no.
Oh, you mean like back?
Yeah, there's no culture. There's no cultural thing with them doing something to keep from getting a cold, and they couldn't figure out why. And they started looking at the diet.
If you ask Sherry, she's going to tell you.
No. This was a
old.
This was a
days.
study.
Okay.
They were looking through our histories, but what they found was the food that they ate on a daily basis kept them from having to have
What'd you do? Hand me those magazines.
kept them from having to
There's
have
an article in
preventative
there.
medicine because it was built in. It was built into their lifestyle. You know, they didn't catch colds all the time. They didn't have a big history of cancer.
Mhm. So that being said, I want to share something with you guys. Old style healers, traditional foods. This one is particularly the path to diabetes, free life. We won't go over all of that. But there's Valerie Segrist, Muckleshoot. She's from the Muckleshoot tribe. And so there was actually a story that was passed on. And Muckleshoot Traditional Foods and Medicines program from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's Traditional Foods in Native America series. And so this was something that she wrote. She said, "The land is our identity and holds for us all the answers we need to be a healthy, vibrant, and thriving community. In our oral traditions, our creation story, we are taught that the land that provides the foods and medicines we need are a part of who we are. Without the elk, salmon, huckleberries, shellfish, and cedar trees, we are nobody. This is our medicine, remembering who we are and the lands that we come from." And so, you guys, it's so important to make sure you're out on your land and you're walking barefoot and know what's around you and all of that. It's your medicine. God naturally puts it there for you. The land will create what you need. In fact, I need to get out
Speaking
and
of
I need to get
barefoot,
the seeds off the mullein.
it was all we could do to keep shoes on skeins.
Keep shoes on anybody out there.
Skeins and Finn. Skeins and Finn were
Run around barefoot.
they were kindred spirits.
But you might as well just run around barefoot out there, because I mean, otherwise you were just you were a bucket of dust walking around there. That's terrible. I was too cold to walk barefoot.
There's too many things that poke you around here.
Well, there.
I know, but I'm saying here, I'm not walking barefoot here. Sorry.
I walk barefoot here and it's fine. But
I'll do it out in the front yard.
Then my sweetgrass came in and all of a sudden it was like gone.
You run the risk of getting chicken poop between your toes or goat poop.
Only if you go back there. Don't go back there.
Oh, man.
But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because it touched on what you were saying. And I think it's
video.
super important.
Think you could do a video on
I
that?
could do a video on that. Would anybody be interested, though? Probably not. So.
Hey, you got to do the hard work whether they're interested or not.
What do you say?
That's why adult onset diabetes was named type 2. Too many young people were getting it.
Right. Yeah.
And
diabetes is a huge issue, especially, all over the United States. It's a huge issue, but it's because all the fried crap we're putting in. It's because we're not living off the land. And, look at how many cancer, what everybody's got cancer now. Why is that? Look at what they're eating. They've got sugar, and this is not pure cane sugar. This is sugar, refined sugar. Well, cancer feeds off of that. And then, the caffeine and all that other stuff. If you're feeding that cancer and you're welcoming it in and saying, "Hey, I'll be your host," well, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get that stuff. So, foraging now, getting all of that. Nettle is a really good substitute for spinach. So those are the two that you would substitute together. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. The wild strawberries, make a nice salad, put some chicken breast on there. It's great.
And a group of us were talking with Dr. Daniel. What's his last name? I can never remember his last name. Anyway, we were talking with him, and he pointed out that the world Muslim population has the lowest cancer rate out of any group in the world, and it's because of the fasting that they do for their religious ceremonies. And at least that's what they think it is. So I'm gonna start looking into doing some intermittent fasting. How many children's cancer centers existed 2 generations ago? Now every decent-sized city has at least one. Dialysis centers almost outnumber churches and simple. Yeah, in the inner city they do. I can tell you that. And to kind of think the only really bad childhood thing that I can ever remember, and mind you, this is late 60s, early 70s, was leukemia. That was really the only thing I remember, and that's technically a form of cancer, isn't it?
Leukemia is a form of cancer, but that's interesting because I don't remember any of that. But we were also on the West Coast at that point, and we were always out in the sun and surfing and doing all that. So, of course, we were also property of the United States government. So God only knows what shots we had. But
you got gassed by dioxin when they sprayed for. Remember the mosquito killer trucks
that killed my mom, actually.
That went through base housing.
Yeah, that made my mom, and it was weird. So my godmother and my mom, they got caught underneath the plane, and it was super weird because all of a sudden
he's an APRN. He's not a doctor.
Correct.
Okay, I thought he was a doctor.
And so, but yeah, it was very interesting. They got stuck under there. My godmother got sick first. They thought she had AIDS. She did not. And then when my mom got sick, they were swearing that my mom had AIDS and my mom did not. So, yeah, I mean, it's just toxic. Government is horrible to their people. Just horrible. What'd she say? What's Scan say?
She's getting rid of all the stickers in the yard so she can run barefoot once more.
Good.
Black lung cancer. Yeah, the
miners.
The miners.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the miners getting it.
That's why you had a canary in there.
But, okay.
Or that was for gas, I guess.
We've been at this for an hour and 50 minutes.
Oh my gosh, almost 2 hours. But hey, so anybody that's local, we want to turn you on because this is a great guy. Dr. Lassie is too. And so I just want to let you know. So I want you guys, Holton Direct Care, Daniel Jones, he's a APRN, FNP-C, and they're local to Holton. And let's see, go www.holtondirectcare.com. And man, you guys want to talk about excellent, and not afraid of natural herbal medicine. This is your man. Both of them are. So I don't lose this because I have to send him Michelle and Jennifer's information.
Put it where it belongs.
Okay.
Don't give it to me. Give it here. Hey, take this. Don't lose it. Go put it away. All right, guys. I'm gonna let her come back and then we'll sign off. Really appreciate you guys being here. It was a good talk tonight, and I hope I didn't get too black pilly talking about what's going on, but it's something we need to start talking about.
Who doesn't eat pork?
The Muslims.
So
yeah, that's
nothing. Pork is actually good for you. It's a good fat.
That's non-negotiable in my book. Sorry.
Yeah. Everything goes with bacon.
Yep. All right. We do appreciate you guys being here. Everybody that was at the festival that came by and said hi and spent time with us. And it blows my mind that people find us interesting. And everybody in chat, seriously, it really does humble me.
You're welcome. Thank you, Independent.
Yeah, it does. It humbles us whenever you guys come up and say that you listen to us and you follow us and stuff.
And if you guys think you want more on the herbal medicine, so many people do it. We'll probably, if I did it, I would be taking it back to what the elders are teaching me, not what you're seeing on YouTube already, though there probably is some of that. But, basically what you're doing, there's no such thing as Garen said as preventative. You're using what's here and those medicines and you're eating them. They're going in your food. So that's what you would actually be looking at if I were to do it. Okay. So if you guys are interested in that, then just let me know. In fact, I have some seeds and things I need to get together before SRF. I need to take to Chuck Peoples. And so we'll get those to him.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Does YouTube ban that? It's just a recipe.
Going back to the 3,000 subscribers. Quite honestly, that wasn't us. That was you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones that made that possible. That was not us. We just act as a mouthpiece for this community. Yeah. Okay. So you guys deserve the hand for us getting to 3,000 subscribers. You do. Right. And we do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do you have any last words?
Oh, not really. Guys, I just want you to, yes, I guess I do. Not really.
No, not really.
I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. I want you guys to know, it was really funny because even Daniel made the comment. He thought that Skane's girl and I were sisters. Couldn't believe that we weren't. And I absolutely could not believe that we met for the first time and she was in my tent because she needed a dry place to sleep at the last festival just 6 months ago. And he was floored by it. He was just absolutely floored. But that's because together we come as a family. Eagle Over Texas, Silver Lining. All of you. I don't know I don't think we'd be here where we are now if it wasn't for you guys, all of you. You encourage us. You encourage us to get better and do more. And I really appreciate it. So now I want to encourage you to try to be at least 1% better tomorrow than you were today. And until next time,
you guys stay vigilant. Take care of yourselves.
and go live a life done free. Bye, guys.